This time on Edges Unknown.
That could have been bad. I never want to go back in time.
Don't be a logger.
Yum.
Priority number 1 is build a logging camp. Priority number 2 is cut the logs. Then number 3 is move the logs to where they need to go.
It's chilly water, man.
I can't really see how deep it is. My name's Brett Rogers.
With my best friend Cliff and our camera guy Max, we're going to be taking on the toughest jobs of our pioneering forefathers. Extraordinary men who headed into uncharted territory, facing danger, backbreaking labor, and unforgiving landscapes to lay the foundations of major industry.
We're gonna see if we can do the same.
Let's go see how hard it can be.
We're in the far north of Canada, the Yukon, and we're here to log. 200 years ago, steamships were the main means of travel, and the demand for wood to fuel these ships was huge. In order to satisfy the steamship, men came in droves looking for work as loggers. The demand for timber meant that each logger had to cut 50 trees a day, or they wouldn't make any good money. Let's see if we can do it. 50 trees in a day, 2 men and a saw.
All right.
Here we go.
You ready there, cowboy?
Yeah.
All right, let's go bushwhacking. Check the GoPros once in a while so they don't get knocked down.
Yeah. Oh God. Like that? Oh yeah.
This area needs some logging. Open it up.
Our plan is to hike for 5 hours and find a base camp. We want it to be close to water and close to our day job. After that, we're going to see how many trees we can cut down.
The last part of our journey is to get these trees and run them down the river.
The main river is where 200 years ago, steamships would buy the wood from the loggers. That will be our end goal.
The biggest danger in logging is having a tree fall on you when you're cutting it down. The second biggest danger would probably be cutting yourself open with an axe or a saw. Chainsaw would be good.
I thought you were the experienced logger. You look like it.
Well, looks can be deceiving.
The biggest danger I think we're gonna have is when we're tired and we don't recognize it.
When you are tired, that's when things go wrong. I think this job's gonna be a lot more physical than we realize. All the big trees are gone, right? They were all cut down 100 years ago, so it's secondary growth coming up and the trees are not fully mature. It's harder to walk through the forest today than it was 100 years ago. Wow.
All right?
Wow. I'm okay, don't worry, Max.
Hey, I'm just here to film.
The ground's not hard like it is back home. It's like walking on a sponge. That fall kind of took the wind out of me a bit.
You did? Yeah, you fell pretty hard.
Yeah.
You okay?
Oh, yeah.
Your GoPro's a little wonky.
Oh, yeah. Here, I'll fix it. You know that feeling after you get body checked in hockey and you're just kind of like,
Jeez. That's a concussion. Should we put you in the dark?
No, I didn't hit my head. It's more of a shoulder injury. Okay, let's try and find ourselves a camp.
How you doing?
I'm good. Oh, it looks like we got a water hazard.
I do not want to walk through that. Let's see if we can find another route. Is that log across there? Yeah, it is.
You want to cross the log?
Well,
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know, that's not gonna work. You can try it, go ahead.
I say we cross here. Natural bridge, boy. Oh, boy.
I knew we were as soon as we started.
Oh, boy. It's pretty damp over there, though.
What's it look like over there, Cliff?
I don't know. Oh, it's pretty wet, man.
How the heck am I supposed to get across?
Ooh.
Whoa. Be careful, be careful.
This is, we're doing real good so
God.
far.
That's 2 falls.
Okay.
Why don't we walk around that high ridge?
Find some high ground. It looks deep. I don't really want to get wet.
Yeah, we're boarding the crossing right now, trying to find a better route. This creek could go on for 50 miles.
No, it's probably only 40. Look at this. How does a beaver get through that?
It takes a long time. I wouldn't want to cut that log myself with a 2-man saw.
$5 says the beaver's a better logger than we are.
Beaver is definitely a better logger than we are.
Brett and I both think it's pretty important to have our base camp by water, because after we knock our trees down, we're going to throw them in and run them down to the main river. And also, we need to drink fresh water.
Find a nice spot near the creek we can hear.
Yeah, I can hear it over here, right?
Okay, build a base camp. So they actually did do that. They would build a camp that was close to where they were cutting, which makes sense. Why commute to work for an hour when you can get there in 20 minutes, right?
Here's the creek. Hey?
Yeah, this is a good place to find a camp. It's nice waterfront real estate.
Well, you want to go here?
Well, I like to be right near the water because we're gonna we have to go hike up the mountain, right? Run the logs down the creek to get to the river.
Along the Yukon River, every 5 to 7 kilometers was a logging camp. And in these logging camps was anywhere from 1 to 10 men. First, they cut down all the dead trees. Then they cut down all the trees that were close to the river. But as time went by and demand continued to increase, loggers went further and further out into the wilderness, over mountain passes, running small creeks, small rivers to bring them back to the Yukon. Every single tree was cut down to fuel the steamboats.
We just found a place to build our camp. We knew we wanted to be near the water, and we wanted to be near where we're cutting the logs up on the mountain and where we're taking them down to the bigger river down below. It's a pretty good spot, some big spruce trees behind us, obviously fresh flowing water that we can drink, and we can transport our logs once we cut them down. Our next step is to clear the bush here, cut down some trees, and build ourselves a permanent shelter that we can be at for the next handful of days.
2 guys in the saw, how hard can this be? Okay, you're gonna kind of jab into it though. Ready? You gotta be pulling and jab into it. Oh boy.
Well, it's a skill, right? Like these guys were logging all day, every day for years. Cliff understands the idea of pulling and pushing more than I do. But
See, that's the error, pushing. You don't push, you
yeah,
only pull.
Okay, so there you go.
What the hell, man? Try again, ready? Timber! Swine.
One.
All right, let's go cut another one. You can't push a saw when you're using a 2-man saw because it just binds up on you. You gotta only pull and then release and pull and release.
Like I knew that going in, but when you start trying to do it, you overpower yourself.
Yeah.
It's all technique.
It's a little hard.
A lesson would have been good, eh?
The 2-man saw, or the crosscut saw, was the saw of choice back then. The saw is cut in 2 directions, which makes felling a tree easier, if you get the hang of it.
Timber!
There's a reason why they're called misery whips.
2!
2. Okay. Let's get our logs.
Our first priority is to build a shelter. We need a shelter to get us out of the elements and protect us from wildlife.
Got all of our logs here. Good. It's a good workout. Should have probably came out here in shape. So now we have our building material. We've cut down these trees all nearby It's gonna be a lot harder when we go up in the mountains and cut bigger logs. Our next step is we're gonna basically start building the shelter. We've got our building material, now it's time to build.
The challenge in front of us is we need to find a camp, we need to build a shelter, we need to make fire, we need to find water, we need to get food, and on top of that, we got a log.
We're notching these so the logs hold themselves together and building a triangle up, and this would just make them a little more secure. So we're just using what we have, being loggers, right? Just being resourceful. We got lots of wood, we just need to shape it the way we need it. Next one. Also, hey, if we want to build a bed, Cliff,
Yeah.
we should think of that sooner than later, because we're gonna want to put poles across here and then build on top of it so that they're held in. So we have a space that we can lie on.
Oh, I just don't agree with this.
Well, what would you like to do?
Just jam some smaller ones in later.
Like the bed idea, it's very simple. 2 men lying on a structure, 400 pounds of weight. You need to have that weight on the frame. Otherwise, we're gonna collapse.
I just want to shorten them, like make them thinner, and then jam them in. That is all we got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but if you want to build a bed, right, it would make more sense to put a couple logs across now and then continue going up.
On top of these.
Yeah, I'll notch them out.
That
we
high?
run- Yeah, and then
All right. Yeah, whatever you want. You're taking this design to your. You're taking this design over.
I want to build something. No, I'm not taking it over. I'm just saying, you want to build a bed. I want to, you know, we're 400 pounds of weight.
Yeah. Like if we were building a f***ing 18-foot high structure, it'd make a lot of sense.
It makes sense. This is gonna be pretty good. Remember, we're gonna be sleeping on this for a while.
I'm sleeping on the ground just for spite.
We probably should have built this 2 logs off the ground.
Man, just saying.
No, but it won't, Cliff, it won't work jamming them in like that. It makes more sense to do it like this.
Let's just take them off then.
Don't get all grumpy.
I'm not.
You are.
Just
It's what? It's what?
asinine.
Huh?
Asinine.
Okay, so 2's good.
Well, we'll just do 1. We're
Okay.
not putting anything underneath, are
Okay. Well, then it won't really look like we're off the ground.
we? Okay.
Let's do 2.
Okay.
Nothing like doing it twice. I guess we're gonna be great friends by the end of this.
Okay, let me cut some trees down, get some energy out. All these adventures that we're going on are slowly picking away at our friendship.
Don't get frustrated.
Well, I am. Why don't I just go collect more trees? I don't really want to be here.
Oh God, such a drama queen. Such a drama logger.
We're in the Yukon, following in the footsteps of pioneering loggers.
Would loggers made a long-term camp?
Yeah, loggers would have made a long-term camp for sure. And they were always moving, right? So you want to be able to build something that you can stay at for, you know, a week or 2. Every logger would have approached the situation differently. This is how we're approaching it, right? We have lots of these small timbers. We're gonna build a place to stay. We're gonna log up in the mountain, run them down the creek to the big river.
Do you want to try and lie down and just see?
I could probably tell you now that we're going to need some more.
Just try.
Okay. Great. This is great. Yes, I'm comfy.
Do we need a couple more logs?
Couple more?
Couple more. The shelter is coming together. Pretty happy with it. It looks good. I guess my main concern is not so much the shelter. We haven't started the real logging yet, and I'm like absolutely tired. I'm frustrated. We're looking ahead to all the work we have to do. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Right now we got a shelter, it's almost done. We're gonna put the tarp on and get this over with. We'll make some adjustments as we go, but at least we'll have somewhere to get out of the rain and cold. Not bad for 2 loggers first day on the job.
Try it out.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's actually pretty good.
That's all right.
Eh? It is actually pretty surprising how comfy this bed is.
It's great.
Nothing like sleeping on trees to remind you that you gotta go do more logging.
Uh-huh.
Today was a good day. Looking forward to getting some sleep. Hoping it doesn't rain. Yeah, that's about it. See you in the morning.
Should probably do some work, eh?
Yeah. We're about to head out. Our challenge is to cut down 50 trees. Back in the day, guys would have cut down trees over 10 inches in diameter. We have to cut down trees around 4 or 5. So it should be easier, but at the same time, we got a lot of trees to cut down. The story with this forest is that a forest fire came through here 13 years ago. All these guys are all dried out, and that's the best type of wood you can get for burning. We're gonna cut down these trees, then we're gonna run them down to where the forest fire never hit, run them down the creek, bring them to our camp, and then take them all the way down the creek to the big river. But that's essentially what a logger in the Northwest would have done during the steamboat era. Okay, let's cut this one right here.
Okay.
Great.
Yep, pull.
Just don't you over pull it sometimes.
Sorry.
Just don't be like I know you don't know your own strength.
Gentle. Let the saw do the work. We'll just file it smooth.
There he goes. Yeah. Right. Okay.
There.
Okay. Next one.
Moving right along, sir. Logging is dangerous, but there's no give in wood. It just comes down and break you apart. You cut down a tree, and when it falls, if it lands on you, it's just gonna go through your head.
The two-man saw is hard. It requires 2 people to coordinate together. And you gotta be strong and you gotta be in shape. And we're not in logging shape. For me, I can hardly breathe. I'm just totally wiped. I just felt like very old and out of shape and pathetic. And they would cut like, 10 cords of wood a day. I'd be exhausted if I had to stack 10 cords of cut firewood. Right?
It makes you feel like you're 20 years older than you are.
Yeah.
"30-second timeout."
30-minute timeout? I'm definitely a bit homesick today. Don't really feel like cutting trees, to be honest. Would rather be with my kids and my wife. But I'm out here, I gotta keep going, gotta keep working. It's really hard work. This is one of the hardest things I've done.
Okay.
It's tiring. And when you get tired, you get hurt.
Getting close. That could have been bad.
Just being 2 of us, if one of us get hurt, it's game over.
I never want to go back in time.
Okay. All right, let's cut this.
Yeah.
Go.
There we go.
This ain't for me, I'll tell you that. It's absolutely ridiculous that we're cutting little baby twigs, basically, in comparison to the logs that they used to pull out. And we're huffing and puffing and whining and crying, and we're nothing. We got nothing on them.
It's getting late, and I want to move the few logs that we did cut before it gets dark.
Brett, it's 20 logs. There's no chance we're getting to 50. I'm packing it in.
So, you know, as tired as we are, this has really been the easy part. Now we got to actually take these logs and take them on a journey. Like, we're going on a little expedition with the logs. And now the real adventure awaits, running these logs down the river. I just, you know, yeah, I'm just not looking forward to it. As loggers, you know, priority number 1 is build a logging camp. Priority number 2 is cut the logs. Then number 3 is move the logs to where they need to go. We need to get the logs down into the creek, run them down the creek, get them to the big river, and then pile them up.
It's just after 5, and I want to get these logs back to camp before it's dark.
I like this better than cutting the logs down.
Way better. We're running out of steam.
Yeah. Oh, this one's fucking heavy. We're throwing the logs down to the valley. Gotta get them into the creek, then run them down. It's kind of steep, bit dangerous, but we're getting the job done. And I'd rather go downhill than up, so I'm not gonna complain right now. Definitely easier chucking them than carrying them. All right. There's the creek.
20 logs is better than no logs. It's not 50, but it's pretty good.
You probably couldn't even move one big log between 2 guys.
Absolutely.
So putting it in a creek or a river is the only logical way a logger would have moved wood.
Of course, we got a storm rolling in. I do not want to get wet.
You gotta get wet. Here come.
Woo! We're gonna be chasing logs. That's chilly water, man.
We sent most of the logs down the river ahead of us.
Hey! That's why I use the stick, Brett.
Whoa!
Woo! Well, off to rescue my logs. Beats carrying them.
It works better than anticipated.
Oh, how you doing over there, Slick?
A little wet.
Better you than me.
Wait up! This is supposed to be a team effort.
I'm trying to track the logs.
Okay, quick update. The rain has arrived in the valley. Doesn't really matter though, because we're both soaking wet. The log pushing's going better than expected. The water's high enough that the logs just seem to be ripping down. At least we're moving the logs. This part's kind of enjoyable, other than being pretty dangerous. Oh!
My legs are like seizing up. It's so cold. Eh? Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I'm going the high road. Come on, honey. Get up here.
Whoa! Wow. I can't really see how deep it is.
Well, you got a stick.
That's cold.
I'm getting out. Brett, where are the rest of the logs? We're at a bit of a log jam. I'll get these. Ready, Max? I'm coming over.
Are you going in? It's gonna be over your head.
Wow! That got deep. It's working. Should we continue? rains, then the sun's out, then it rains.
Another day in
sun's
paradise.
out. Well, that's deep.
Yeah.
Tell you what, you get on shore, I'll throw them to you. Quick, get it! That's dejecting. Ready? I wouldn't stand there.
Nice toss.
I think I'm throwing out my shoulder. We need to let her fire, buddy.
That went better than I thought, though, going down the creek.
Well, nothing like using something else to move stuff.
Wow, my muscles are all seized up. Oh, that was fun, but
I'm cold now.
yeah.
It's getting late though, and we've got to figure out what we're gonna eat. So we're at the end of our logging day. We still have to run the logs down the creek to the river tomorrow. But right now we need to find some food. Sometimes loggers would have to rely on what they could find around them.
I was walking through the bush, picking cranberries and rose hips, and came across a moose. It's pretty bare now, but there is marrow inside and some flavor. But if we boil it long enough and we forget about what we're about to eat, moose skull soup is a lot better than nothing at all. So we're gonna bring this back to camp along with our cranberries and rose hips and get it on the fire and make ourselves a nice moose stew. I'm gonna put the moose skull in.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much he looks forward to that?
-7.
It's gonna be better than you think. Every time you try something, you think it's gonna be bad out here, and it's always better than you think.
So gnarly.
Huh?
So gnarly, look.
It is gnarly. Are you a logger or are you a chef?
I am neither. I don't know what I am right now. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know what I'm doing. I just know I'm never a logger. Being a logger, being away from your family for so long, I don't like it. I don't know how they could have done it. I mean, I would have sold my soul instead to stay at home. I don't think I'd want to leave my family. I would not pick this lifestyle at all.
Back in the day, if you were a logger, you didn't have a family because you were living in the bush all year round.
That also meant you had to be self-sufficient. There were no stores or building supplies. We want to see if we can cut ourselves some planks, as the original loggers would have done that to build a shelter.
Okay. I mean, it looks like we know what we're doing. Think this is gonna hold, Max?
Yeah, probably, if it's all tied up.
I mean, what we're building right now is a sawhorse, and sometimes your need as a logger was not just about getting logs to the steamboats, right, and making money. Sometimes you needed to take care of yourself. If you want to cut lumber, and having the tools to do so would be important. Having a sawhorse is kind of your workshop in the bush. Or so that's the plan anyways. Okay, let's give it a shot. You want to get a log?
Yeah.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, we got some rope left, don't we?
Oh no.
We're completely out.
Oh, we used it.
Here, you can use my belt.
Oh yeah,
There you go.
that'll work.
Guess we could use two. Put her on.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, here and here.
Okay, so let's just do baby steps first.
If we could just get that to stick down, right, to the ground. Hard to keep it straight line with this movement. It's impressive it's still standing, but not gonna stand for long. Probably would have worked a little bit better if it was kind of staked down to the ground or something so it didn't move. I appreciate my modern tools a lot more. I will actually take care of them and not leave them in the rain a bit more.
Yay! Cliff, we're loggers, man. Look at that.
There's your first floorboard.
That'll take a whole new appreciation for fresh cut lumber. That was a lot of hard work. The sawhorse worked pretty good. You know, we did a good job with that. You know, we were getting a hang of cutting. It was starting to come along. It's just so physical. Oh man, like here's what we got, right? That's what we cut. That literally took 3 hours to prep, from building the sawhorse to getting this cut. So, yeah. I'm just looking forward to having some moose stew, some tea, and getting myself some sleep. Well, the sleep and the tea part anyways. Okay, so this we don't need anymore. I'm gonna chuck it. Got all the flavor out of that.
Happy to see that go.
We got juniper berries, moose marrow, mushroom. It's really appetizing.
It smells even better than you could imagine.
Like most of my socks, I have holes in them. But I'm gonna use this sock as a filter to get all the moose hair out.
Just when I thought this couldn't get any worse.
Okay. Oh, shit.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to add to this, Brad, before we have it?
I have been wearing the same pair of underwear for a really long time. I could have filtered that out.
You might as well use that at this point.
Okay, right? Let's give this a try.
Here we go.
Ready? Just don't burn me, okay?
Trying. Oh, did it burn?
Yeah.
I think getting some left.
I think we just suck it up and take the chunks and all.
You can just pour the rest in. My sock experiment failed.
Yum.
Oh my god, that is f***ing horrible.
I don't think I can do it, guys.
Oh, really?
No?
No, I went in and smelled that sock. I almost threw up.
Oh, don't worry. That's not the sock that you smell. It's actually the stew.
God damn it.
Smell that.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, he's such a baby.
Oh, wow.
Ah. It's gritty.
It's really not that bad.
Oh, it's really not that bad, he says.
It's not good, but it's not bad.
Moose rot broth was exactly what it sounded like. Rot. It was terrible. It just tastes awful. I don't recommend it to anyone ever.
Max, want to have a taste?
I'm okay.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, I'm gonna be vomiting. Brett, how many logs do we have now?
I think we've lost 5. We're down to 15.
It's a big day today. It was a really big day today. It's been way harder than I thought. And, you know, at the end of the day, I think we were a little soft in the modern world. Back then, if you could get a steady paycheck and it was hard work, it's pretty good. The one thing that we've always been able to do, Cliff and I, is have these experiences and really put ourselves into unfamiliar territory where we don't always have fun and we don't always want to be there, right? We want to get these logs down the river.
We just need to work together and get it done. We have a tough day ahead of us.
I think right now we just want to get out of here. We want to go home.
The reality is that back in the day, loggers ran thousands of more logs than we did. It's sobering, but we did do our best.
The logs still have to go all the way down the creek to get to the big river, and then we'll pile them up.
I'm done being here. I want to go see the family. We're going home.
Sure hope we can do this quickly. I want out.
Let's go, logger.
I'm coming.
Let's hope the gravity does everything for us.
We have to take these logs down the creek. The challenge for us, though, is the creek is way colder than we thought. It's meandering more than we realize, and it's deeper than we could imagine.
Surprisingly deep for a little creek.
Yeah. It's surprisingly cold.
That part I'm not surprised about. It's not far from freezing. Log jam! Whoa!
Oh, that's deep over there.
My goal was to not get wet.
How you doing over there?
Not very good. How come I'm always the one that's getting the logs when they go deep? It's because I got PV. By the way, this is the PV. I think it's designed for much larger logs, but it's still handy. It's just heavy as heck. It'd be nice if they actually just kind of went on their own for a bit.
Yeah? Come on.
Oh God, there's always one log that doesn't want to go.
I'm a natural.
Yeah, if you're a natural, keep them in the channel. I think this was the best part about logging.
Yeah?
Yeah. This is way more fun than cutting them.
Just don't lose them.
Yeah, good tip, Max.
It's a battle in here. There's fallen trees everywhere. The logs keep getting stuck, and for a small creek, it's very deep, like surprisingly deep pools all the time. But yeah, it's been a battle, and we're just pushing it hard, trying to get to the big river.
We have about 5 kilometers of winding river to drive these logs.
My legs are starting to seize up.
Yeah, I'm having trouble walking properly. Your body's tense. Your mind gets tired. You lose focus. You make mistakes. Simple mistakes that could be dangerous, fatal. You know, it doesn't look like it, but it's cold.
Look at, loggers beat us to it.
No doubt.
Cliff, next time I think we just cut the logs where we actually need them instead of bringing them down from the mountain. Right, that's where, hey Max, that's where we got the logs from. It doesn't look like far away, but it's really far away.
This is a log. What we have are twigs.
Yeah.
This is what they would have been harvesting back when there was trees around. First generation, anyway.
It's amazing to think, 200 years ago, the logs being driven down this river were 5 times the size. The men driving the logs worked in teams, and they would drive the logs down the river, often managing hundreds of trees at a time.
Goddamn logging. There you go. Welcome to my club.
My walking stick did not help me there. And that's cold.
Is that a deep hole?
No, it's not. I just slipped. I told him it's not deep. It's really deep. Is it deep? Hey, rescue him.
It's the last leg of our journey, and I just got soaked.
There's a stick.
I think when you do these trips, there's a line of where you want to see your buddy suffer and fail, and then you also want to make sure they don't get hurt. It's a fine line, and I like to push it all the time, and I should have known better that when I asked if it was deep, I should have known that Cliff is gonna tell me the wrong information, but I actually believed him for once. I thought, no, he's not gonna lie, right? And then as soon as I took that step and I went into the water, I was like, that.
You said it wasn't deep.
Oh, sorry.
Well, no, seriously.
Well,
It's the deepest part of the river.
I was a little concerned there. I thought you were getting weighed down. Did you see him gasping for air?
I saw him taking a breath to hold his breath as his tube went under. I have to admit something. He told me on camera that it was deep.
Yeah, well, I'm sure.
And I didn't say anything.
You're such a squealer.
I don't blame you, Max.
I did know as well, though.
Exactly. So shout at him for a minute.
No, I'm gonna shout at you all I want.
Okay.
Oh, I'm hearing this guy complaining about logging all week long. I hate logging. I can never be a logger. When I get out to this goddamn river, I'm lighting these son of a bitches on fire, and I'm walking out of here. I'm getting the hell out of here. I am cold, though.
Looking forward to making the river. Once we make the river, we're gonna pile these logs up and burn them and get the heck out of here. The steamboats haven't been running around here for over 80 years, so there's no point of leaving them because no one's gonna come and get them. Might as well just burn them, warm up, dry out, and get out of here.
Thank goodness.
Woo! I can't wait to light these guys on fire.
We set out to cut 50 trees down. We only cut 20. We ran them down the creek, ended up with only 6, but we made it to our end goal.
We're keeping our day jobs.
Just made it out to the big river. We lost a couple logs along the way. Now we're gonna cut them up into 4-foot sections. That's how they used to do it in the steamboat days. And we're gonna light these on fire and get the hell out of here. I don't know if you remember, but you walked me into a deep pool on the creek.
No, I don't remember.
You don't remember that?
No.
I fell in over my head. There we go. Let's put this down. Let's stack them up.
For good.
We're in business.
Steamship around the corner, please.
Let's wave them down.
Steamship! Steamship!
All right.
TP?
Yeah, TP.
Burn it.
Let's do it.
Compared to being a logger 100 years ago, we had a small sample size compared to living and breathing that lifestyle 24/7 for years and years and years. And then you get the scale of it. You know what these guys cut, and then we try and cut it, and it's like, oh my God. There's no question that we are not as tough as those guys. There's no disputing that.
No.
But I do think had we been able to stay out there for a year, which I don't necessarily want to do, I think we would have found our rhythm and we would have become pretty good loggers. At the end of the day, we get to put ourselves in history and live history and feel something that a lot of people don't feel anymore. Even if we don't get it right, even if we fail, we're still putting ourselves out there. That's the fun part anyways. I'm glad we did it,
Yeah, it was fun.
but I'm glad I'm not there anymore at the same time.
True.